What a weird game Damian Lillard played yesterday without Giannis in a home game one against the Pacers, who were favored by 1.5 points. Dame scored 35 in 19 minutes in the first half. Then he went LeBron. He scored 0 in 19 minutes in the second half. What?
Well,
I had to. I'm sorry. Okay, but the Bucks did hang on to win 109-94. So, Paul, what happened in this one?
Man, originally I had the Pacers winning this game. But then I forgot, because Milwaukee didn't have Antetokounmpo, you just thought initially it would be tough on them, especially with the way the Pacers been playing. They've been scoring, running up the scoreboard. And then I forgot that Dame is used to carrying a team by itself. If he got enough good pieces around him, a second guy in Middleton and obviously Portis and Brook Lopez, and I was just like, he's done this before. And then I'm looking at Indiana, I'm running like, how do they lead the league in scoring? Like, they don't have just that scorer that you're saying that just can get buckets. I mean, Siakam gave you 30+, but he's not looked at like a guy who's just like a Dame or Luka Doncic or one of the top scorers in the league.
Well, we thought Halliburton was arriving, at least, right?
Halliburton is a pass-first guard, and I don't know what happened to him yesterday because he just
scored 9 points.
He just kept passing and passing and passing and passing. He only took 7 shots. Made 4 of them. So I'm just like, how do they score so much? I guess because of pace of play. But you can't count out when the best player on the court is on your side, which is Milwaukee. When you look at the 10 guys who walk out there to start the game, you have the best player on your side. You got to like your chances, and that's Dave Lillard. Now, it was mind-boggling to
break it down. They might have the best 2 players on their side.
Well, you got to say, if you rank the players...
if you take and look at Middleton, he's healthy.
You're saying Middleton.
I'm saying Middleton might be the second best player on the floor behind Dame.
Okay.
It's arguable. I mean, you could say Siakam, Halliburton is the second best player on the court when you put the 10 guys out there. But it was just mind-boggling because I've never seen this in my life, a player who has 35 in the first half or even, say, 20 points go scoreless in the second half.
By the way, it's never happened in the era since 96, 97 when they kept the play-by-play stats. So no one's ever done that. Go 35 and then not get hurt. He played 19 minutes in the second half and scored 0.
I thought he was about to go for 60. I'm looking like, damn, it's Dame time. I'm like, it was truly Dame time. I thought he was going to go for 60. But when he got 0 second half, I'm glad they won because he would have took a whole lot of heat. They didn't win that going 35-0. That's about as hot as you could be to about as that's.
We only took 5 shots in the second half, though.
But still, that's about as extreme as it gets.
No, but they was up. So, I don't know. I look at things like when you up, sometimes you change your game plan because you become cautious now. All of a sudden, you play not to lose. And instead of just saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to keep my foot on the pedal, and maybe that instruction coming from your old head coach has said, let's do it this way because when we've done it the other way against Indy, they've had our number for the entire season. Now, Dame scoring 35-19 in the first quarter and then 35 in the first half, like you said, Paul, like I was telling you, he's done this before. This is this is probably a better 6 deep for him right now that he's ever had in Portland when he was carrying the load by himself. See, I say 6 deep, I'm talking about the 5 starters plus who's ever coming off the bench, minus Giannis is probably the best 6 that he's had.
Aldridge and CJ, I don't know. That's some firepower.
And the problem I have...
but Giannis,
the problem I have with this key is, the way Dame was without Giannis, I need him to be this way. If they have a chance at winning it all, he needs to be this way with Giannis. And it just seems like when Giannis is out there, he kind of steps to the side or steps to the back, and I don't know if that's rightfully so. He should do that, or what should he do? But this is the version of Dame in the first half that they need if Giannis is going to come back, if they're going to win a championship. But for some reason, this is not the version that we get because we know he's capable of it. And if they want to win a championship and they want to be consistent throughout the playoffs, this is the version of Dame that they need, that they got last night. When Giannis comes back, though, also, they need him like this.
But I feel like Skip, going through what he was going through when he got traded from Portland to Milwaukee trying to figure it all out, right? Figure out, how do I play with Giannis? This isn't the summer. This is not pickup. But how do I construct the play with Giannis and Middleton and Lopez and Pat Bev and everybody? And I got a lot of stuff going on in my mind. I feel like now he knows this is the playoffs, essentially one-and-done series type situations. Everything else I got to put in the back until this is over with. That's how I would think that he is approaching it right now, saying to himself, yeah, I love Portland and my family and my kids and stuff, but I'm in the playoffs right now. I got to kind of put a wall up and just focus in on this.
Okay. Just remember his mentality. The Dame I have closely observed all these many years was an underdog coming out of Oakland when he went away to college, and he was an underdog when he got drafted. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody gave him much of a shot. And he's always at his best when he's the hopeless underdog. He's always at his best when he's that big fish in the empty pond like he was in Portland. He's always at his best when expectations are lower or at their least. And yesterday, the expectations were all on Indiana to win that game as the betting favorite without Giannis. So here we went, and he was in the perfect place at the perfect time. Plus, without Giannis on the floor, they can push it and sort of offset the pace of the game because they can just out-push the Pacers because they don't have to wait for Giannis to get down court to set up their half-court offense. Dame was just jacking it up. You know, when I feel like shooting it, I'm going to shoot it. And I do love what Pat Bev has brought to this team because he's starting to play pure point guard because he led them with 8 assists. Look, for the whole game, Dame had 3 assists. He had 1 assist in the second half. So he lit it up in the first half. And then all of a sudden, the game starts getting a little closer, and he started playing more cautiously and conservatively, like, we got this, let's just try to get it home. I don't need to jack up shots. They played not to lose. And his second half is like shockingly, it's just like, it's a non-half for him, like 0 for 5 with 1 assist. Damian Lillard, are you kidding me? But he was not called upon because it did get down to 12 at one point. And then Chris Middleton made a couple of shots, and I don't care what you say, through their glory run, through their finals run, Chris Middleton has always been the closer for this team because he's got big guts, man.
That's why I don't understand how people always act like he's just a guy. I'm like, no, dude, be balling. I mean, he just been hurt. He be hurt a lot, but he be balling when he out there.
Well, they need him to be that. If they want a shot at the title, they need Middleton to be that guy because we haven't seen that since his injuries have put him in and out of the lineup. Inconsistencies on offense. They need the 20-point score Middleton is for them to advance. Like this version of Dame and this version of Middleton, they need these two guys like that when Giannis comes back. They can't have any drop off their production when Giannis comes back because I just feel like when he's out there, Giannis is a heavy ball usage player, though. He is. So it takes away from these guys being productive. And so, but they have to say, look, when he comes back, if he's able to make it throughout this run, if, say, Milwaukee advances or this series with Indiana goes to 7 and he's able to come back in a week or so, depending on how the calf injury is, they're going to have to say, this is the version of these 2 or 3 guys that they need.
I know
make a championship run.
I know you got a little crack in your voice a little bit when you keep mentioning Giannis coming back and Dame and Middleton playing this way because I think you a little afraid that based on what you saw from Milwaukee without Giannis and based on what you saw Philadelphia when Embiid got hurt, you might be a little nervous there, Paul, about what's going on up in the East.
When the trade happened with Dame, I thought potential. Everybody thought it was just Celtics and Milwaukee right here. But then as Milwaukee started to show themselves, they really showed that they was a tier below Celtics.
They are.
But they're capable of being at the same tier as the Celtics, I'm saying, with Giannis because of the talent that they got, but they just haven't showed it on a consistent basis throughout the season because since Doc has taken over, they've been a below 500 team. I believe they're 16 and 17 in the regular season, but let's say teetering around 500 after their win.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out, but they had it figured out at the beginning. So,
okay, I hate to say this about most of these playoff games, but they're 3-point shooting contests. And I just look, the first thing I look at the box score, it's just like who won from 3. Well, if the Pacers are going to shoot 8 for 38, that's 21%, they are going to lose. If they make 7 more of those, if they go 15 to 38, trust me, we're having a different conversation because it just boils down to that. Dame made 6 threes in the first half. You're going to get slaughtered, and that's what happened. But I'm going to remind you, Indiana beat them 4 out of 5 times and beat their butts badly, just kicked them 4 out of 5 times.
They didn't do that yesterday,
Okay, they did not do it, but the ball wouldn't fall. 8 out of 38, and they're looking at each other like, Tyrese, what are you doing? And he's looking at Miles Turner and Neesmith like, what are you guys doing?
This is Halliburton's first playoff game, right?
It is, yeah.
So, you know how it is as a young player. You don't understand the type of playoff intensity that's needed. It's like you come out and you get the reporters at practice and you go through your scout report, but then until you actually get into the game to realize, oh, playoff basketball is a little different than regular season. It's a whole nother different intensity. Oh, these calls that I got during the regular season, I'm not getting these no more. Yeah. You know, these passes I got through in the regular season, oh, that's not there no more. So I think after game 1, he saw what it was, and he's going to get acclimated to what he needs to do better because he didn't shoot the ball that bad.
He just didn't shoot it.
Yeah, he just didn't shoot it.
And by the way, little T.J. McConnell came in the second half and spark plugged him.
Yeah, so T.J. understands what playoffs basketball is about. And so does Siakam. Siakam has a championship. That's why you look at his numbers and what he brought. But Tyler is the head of the snake. And they need him to play well. So hopefully that he got one game under his belt.